Welcome to the Fuzzywallz Mastering YouTube channel. I'm Brandon Weil.
And I'm Jon Weil.
Today's video, a review of the Pearl Midtown Series drum kit. So before getting the Pearl Midtown Series kit, this is what I've been playing for about the last 4 years. It's a mix and match of different full-size drums, and it has served its purpose for the occasional gig with my band Echo Texture. But eventually we started doing more shows, plus I joined another band with Jon, which brought prospects of even more shows. I came to the conclusion that having a smaller, more portable kit would not only make gigs easier, but it could also fit into the smaller office room I use for practice. After some quick and basic web searches, I quickly narrowed down my candidates to 3 choices. Number 1, the Ludwig Break Beats by Questlove. This kit looked like it would fit what I was looking for, but I have never really been a fan of having someone else's issue of an instrument, and as much as I appreciate Questlove and enjoy the roots, I just smelled a gimmick. Number 2, the Tama Club Jam. This kit also would fill my basic needs here, and I am a Tama fan myself, but there's this bass drum mounted cymbal arm on there and extremely shallow shell sizes on the toms. I was just turned off by both of those things. So that brings us to number 3, the Pearl Midtown Series. Even though the Pearl Midtown does cost a bit more than the other 2, it looked the most like something that is a full professional kit, but just smaller. I didn't sense any big limitations or major turnoffs, and everything I've ever owned from Pearl has been worth its weight, so I put in my order for a Midtown Series kit. Soon after unpacking the Pearl Midtown Series kit here, I was impressed with the way that it looks and the overall craftsmanship. I was also pleasantly surprised by how nice that gold and black sparkle looks, especially under the lights. The white kick head and natural wood showing on the inside of the kick hoop is also a classy touch, especially on a darker kit like this. After I threw on my DW5000 kick pedal and put on my Zildjian and Sabian cymbals, the kit itself kept up. It sounded professional. The basic feel of these drums is sturdy and solid, although I could tell, actually, the heads weren't going to satisfy my needs. These stock skins were thin and cheaply constructed and had somewhat of a toyish sound. But once I changed all of the tom batter heads to these Remo clear pinstripes, the kit had exactly what I needed. Although the overall volume of this drum set is a little quieter than your standard drum set, it still packs a punch, a thud in the mini kick, and this snare can be a real firecracker. So I've been hauling this thing to rehearsals every week or so, and it makes moving my drums incredibly easy. I can literally pick up the snare, floor tom, rack tom, and kick with plenty of room to grab my cymbal and pedal bag as well. Now, I did have to spring an extra $99 for the Pearl Midtown Series bags, but it was totally worth it. However, at the end of the day, what it all boils down to is sound. The audience, the mics, they don't care how convenient it is for me to move this drum set. You take a look at this drum kit and you'd think that it's built for cocktail jazz and coffee shop sort of stuff. But I can personally vouch that they respond surprisingly well on heavy-handed playing, stuff like Deftones, Pantera, and Typo Negative. They also sound great for anything funky. I laid into these drums and they sounded punchy, they were crisp and pretty full. And obviously anything quieter, they got you covered on that. From some of the recordings that we've already done with this drum set, it's obvious that it's not gonna get lost in the mix. That little kick sounds like a 20-inch sometimes, and that snare really cuts. What you're about to hear is this exact drum set recorded in this exact room with no added processing. As good as the Pearl Midtown Series drum set is in several regards, there's still a few things that I think Pearl could have done a better job on. As I mentioned before, the heads. The heads that came on this kit were not good. No big surprise here, it is a sub $500 kit after all. Just know that you'll probably want to spring for some upgrades once you get the Midtown, at least on the batter side of the heads. Number 2, tuning. The drums are not hard to tune at all. Actually, I found it easy to tune them up quickly by ear. The issue here is staying in tune. These drums do go out of tune rather quickly, and for a drum kit that seems to have been designed for the gigging musician, this can be a problem. Number 3, the bass drum legs. The kick legs don't have a very solid click in for the most desired angle. Just a dot and a very slight groove. So you kind of have to look and feel as you do this. And that would not be the best situation for someone that's maybe setting up a drum set on a dark stage.
And now for John's 2 cents.
First of all, this thing packs up super fast and super easy. I'd say it's increased Brandon's speed by about a factor of 2, and it could make even the slowest drummer pack up a little faster. Number 2, although this drum set sounds really loud for its size and it's very impressive, it does lack some of that deep bass that you're going to get out of a full drum kit. So I wouldn't recommend it for sessions where you're going for the biggest, loudest drum sound. I'd reserve this kit as far as recording for something more like jazz or Americana. Something with a softer touch. It would sound great in that situation. Those are my 2 cents. John's
2 cents.
In summary, I'm really just a happy drummer. I've got a drum set I can share with my 7-year-old son, and it fits right in the small room that we both practice in. I can take it to and from gigs very, very easily, and the drums themselves sound fantastic.
Great job, Pearl. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and please share your thoughts in the comments section.